you lovely lot. How you doing? It is Middle-Aged Gamer Guy, also known as Mags. How you doing? Great to see you again for another Tuesday night gaming chat where we talk about the latest gaming news and reviews from the last 7 days or so. How is everyone in chat? We are live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm just checking that that's all working on the YouTubes. Yes, it is. Let's say hello to a few people that are in. First one in tonight was Kindred. Good evening, Kindred. Flame, good evening. Retro Cesar, good evening. Hi. Danker, let's go. Let's go indeed. How are you doing? Great to see all of you. Welcome on in. Also, in the chat, we may have a selection of fine sandwiches and biscuits served later, just to let you know for the chat. So there you go. Because it has been requested, therefore, we may deliver. They may be digital sandwiches, so they might taste of absolutely fuck all. But it's the thought that counts. There you go. Anyway, obviously I can't do this talk show by myself. I have to have someone who is... cannot believe we just get sandwiches if we ask for them. I did mention a selection of biscuit, Em. Did you? You missed that bit. I said a selection of biscuits. I mean, we're not talking any old biscuits. We're talking like the big square box in the expensive tin with 2 layers. The assortment, you know, the ones you wheel out for Christmas, that kind of thing. That is very fancy. Good. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate that, because if you didn't, I'd have been like, well, you ain't getting anything else. Please welcome my co-host, who I don't pay in biscuits, frankly. Pass me a jammy dodger. I love that, says Danker. Knowing our luck, we will open a tin and it will be a granny. Yeah, there'll be nothing but cotton and needles. There you go. Please welcome the co-host that knows the most. He's not too fussed about biscuits, but does enjoy the odd bourbon. Get up, Mr. David Jones. Good evening.
How you doing, mate? How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. And you can't start paying me in biscuits. It's got to be cold hard cash, please.
Bollocks.
Especially all these console price rises. Need the money to start saving up for the next gen.
Can you imagine going into
every penny counts?
Going into your local store and go, "Hi, I would like to get a PS5 for 1,500 bourbon biscuits, please." I don't think it'd quite work, but you know, could always happen in the next few years after what we talk about. How are you, Dave? Good to see you.
I am good, thanks, mate. Had a busy weekend. I was out on Saturday doing the Gladiators experience with the family on Saturday, and then Sunday was a recovery day with lots of aches and pains from all the exertion on Saturday.
Is that because you got beaten to a pulp by gladiators, or just the sheer, oh my God, I'm not as young as I thought I was while running up this travelator?
Well, that's it. I'm well past my athletic prime these days, but I survived. I did most of the stuff. It was just trying to do the travelator at the very end of the day on the adult version, the Eliminator, because they had like family versions of some of the things, and the family Eliminator, which like little kids go on, that one was quite easy. Could do the travelator on that one, but like hours later at the end of the day, I tried to do the adult one, and I think I face planted about 3 times in that fucking travelator before they stopped it and let me up. But you had a helmet on, so that took most the brunt of the impact, thankfully, because the face still looks all right, I think. Well, tell me if it doesn't. But yeah, survived it, made it up there. Nearly died doing that. It took me about 5-10 minutes to recover afterwards from that eliminator. And then, as I say, Sunday was quite a recovery day from that. It was good fun. We had a laugh.
I have kind of fond but not fond memories of when they put in a giant Fall Guys travelator at EGX in 2021, and I nearly puked after doing it 6 times. Apparently we still were no close to winning whatever it was that was in the top of the leaderboard. I think we were like 7th, and I will never do that again, because I am a lot like you, sir. I'm a lot less fitter than I was back in 2021. So there we go. So Em said someone told me that game only accept ginger nuts. I mean, that's probably store policy. But there you go. With the amount of developers closing, there won't be any games left to play. Well, that's true. So maybe, you know, we could just go outside or read a book.
Controversial, but maybe.
Damn. Turning the dial to 11. That's probably why you face planted. If they turned it up, it's like, not surprised.
Yep,
So when you weren't face planting, did you get any time to play some video games this week?
I did, but just pretty much the same stuff as last week. A bit of Forza 6 and a bit more of Battlefield 6. Just getting a bit further in those. In Battlefield, I was just trying to do the the particular battle pass for this part of the season. Just
Okay.
meant to be a decent gun at the end, so I was just playing to get the points for that, which I managed to do. So I've played a bit more this week. I think it's the next part of the season, the third and final part of the season. I think they're adding like a new game mode to it. So I'll play it this week and try that out. Then the other thing I did try was last week we looked at that Adventures of Elliot. So I had a look at the prologue demo that's available. That seems all right. Does seem very much like Zelda, the old classic Zeldas as we were discussing on the show.
Everything about it. Yeah, but it looks good because that does appeal to me. It's like chopping the bushes, picking up the pots, throwing them. I was like,
everything about it, apart from the chatty companions, because you didn't have that back in the old SNES Zelda. Yeah, the companions are a little bit on the chatty side. And you're kind of thinking, just shut up and let me have a look around. Because like you're in the dungeons, as soon as you walk into like a room, what can we do with that switch? Just shut up and I'll work it out myself.
Yeah.
Just keep piping up about stuff, and you're thinking, just give me a moment, please, to try and figure it out myself. I don't need you telling me this shit. I'm not that stupid. I haven't gone senile yet.
I like that fact you use the word yet.
Yes.
Kindred said, it's when they feel sorry for you and they turn the travelator on reverse. That would be me right now. I'll do that. Iquel says, good evening, Iquel. Sorry, I think I accidentally joined Tuesday night book chat. I'm not sure how that happened. We're going to be talking about economics books, how you can help price rises stop from happening so that people can actually afford consoles. That's what we'll be talking on tonight's book club. Dave says, try playing Boxfield 2, Dave. You may need the prop. Yeah, well, so we played that last night. It was a sponsored thing. So it was celebrating the 1 year anniversary of a cute little game called Boxfield 2. Fuck me, the puzzles are harder than that. I thought it'd be like a cutesy little game, not too difficult. Jesus, I needed a degree for that.
Oh no!
So yeah,
so you just get it down. It goes too far the other way, where you could probably do with a few little helpful hints.
Yeah,
but the game doesn't give you anything, and then it's just like you've got to go and Google it, haven't you?
I think it was 50-50 because some of them I was like, I get that straight away, and then the other half I was saying to chat, and Kindred had a guide open, and I was saying to Kindred like, yeah, I need help on this because this ain't saying it. And when he was like, you need to do that and that, I was like, yeah, I probably would have never thought of that. So, still liked it though. It's funny in its little places and that, but yeah. So you go. Oh, actually, that reminds me, I need to turn that off because that is probably going to pop up and say, "Hey, do you want to try the game?" And I was like, "Well, we're not sponsored by them, so that needs to be turned off." I completely forgot about that. So give me 1 second as I absolutely eradicate that from existence. I have been playing. There you go, done. I have been playing more of Replaced. Hannah, good evening. How you doing? I'm like 2 levels from the end now because there's a total of 10 chapters. So I should say chapters. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There was a bit where I was a little bit worried that it was going to do the to and fro thing, like one action level and then back to the hub and doing lots of weird side quests. But it doesn't do that. It only does that twice. And then you go have quite a lot of action levels. And then it's taken me somewhere else where there's like these. I'll be honest, not all the side quests are your typical boring crap. There are a few like, I need to collect like 5 comics or whatever for some guy. But then there's some really interesting ones. And I was like, okay, that's not too bad. So genuinely, I think that's worked quite well how they've done it. They've balanced it out quite evenly. So a couple more levels to go. Hopefully this time next week, I'll be telling you I finished it and how much I enjoyed it. Awesome. And then on to the next one in the long backlog.
Yeah, I need to get to Replace. I've still got plenty of other ones to try and get through first.
I'm trying to do it in order of when I stream them, and so I'm still in March, which is really bad. But I'll be jumping into April soon, so that's how far back I am. We're almost in July, and I'm still playing games from March and April.
And there's still too much good stuff coming out as well, isn't there?
Oh dear God, help me! Yes. So there you go. We're going to struggle with that. So we need a guest, and this is the second time that this wonderful person has been on. I'm not going to lie, I want to say a big thank you to our guests because they stepped in last minute. We were due to have someone else in, and I dropped them a line over the weekend. I was like, guest has dropped out. You haven't been on. this year yet. Would you like to do it? And their first response was, well, I might be mashed, but I'll be here. If you know this person, then you'll know why that's so relevant. And he's laughing his head off, so I'm going to bring him on. Please welcome Jake, also known as ArkhamFan.
Yeah, you're right, Bugsy and Dave. Like, sorry, I'm like so mashed right now, man.
We'll let you off.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
It's all good. Beautiful.
Oh,
Hello, Jake. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm very, very cool right now. I am basking in how cool it is and not melting my face off. I'm all good. How are we?
I think we're all right, because like literally last week we were faces melting, ears melting,
Just
toes, legs, just computers, everything melting. So this has been all right, I think. So far.
Fingers crossed it stays cool.
Kindred says he was totally mashed in peak. That was one of the streams earlier this year. Somehow we lost Danker down a giant cliff. I was like, whoops. Bye.
Oh dear.
Is he all right? No, he's dead. Oh, okay.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh no. Up to the top then.
Yeah, let's continue. There you go.
Me as well.
So for anyone who's not familiar with you, we have posted, thank you, Ico, I was posted your links at the top of the Twitch chat. If anyone who's not familiar with your content, please do tell everyone who you are and what you do, good sir.
So I'm ArkhamFan. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. I do all the weird and wonderful stuff. I mainly stick with like Resident Evils and Castlevanias and Metroids and Paul Daniels, let's say. But like, I do all kinds of stuff. Like it's pretty much what I can say, really.
Yeah, that's perfect. And you're more of a daytime streamer than an evening. It tends to be
I do. Yeah. I mainly do daytimes. I do on occasion with, if I can plug as well, I do some House Flipper 2 with them. They're on their side of sponsor stream. I'm just a Chaos Goblin when I'm in the room with him, and he puts massage tables down, so it evens it out.
Yeah. And you fingers crossed, Jake will be joining Mr. John /odd/penguin/trot/other trots/whatever his name is these days.
The man.
Tonight for some sponsored House Flipper content, fingers crossed.
Hopefully.
Which we may raid into, or we might not, depending if he started the stream or not at the time, but we'll see what happens. But so you can catch Jake tonight. I don't know what else can we say. You're going to be at Timeless as well, aren't you?
Oh hell yeah, I'm going to be at Timeless.
It's going to be great. So lots going on for people who are expecting Timeless updates. None tonight, but you will get some at some point this week, maybe Thursday, if I can pull my finger out and actually send all the stuff that I need to send to Jesse, so it can go on the website, because we've had a lot of stuff finally come in, so I can finally go, oh, by the way, we've got all this. And if you don't know what Timeless is, there's your link. Go get your tickets. All creator passes have now been dished out, so you can't get any more creator passes, but all tickets are still available, and there's about 50% left of the VIP tickets, but they will close in a few weeks. If you haven't got your VIP tickets, do go get them. Otherwise you may regret it, because you'll be like, I can't get a VIP ticket. We're like, yeah, that's because they've gone, because we sold out last year, so we hopefully will sell out again this year. So there you go. Right. Anything else you want to plug, Jake, or should we just crack on with it?
No. I can't think of anything.
That's fine. That's all good. If anything does crumble, just go, oh, by the way, this.
It will happen at 3 a.m. No, Marlock be like, should have posted this. Oh, no. Where is Mags? Mags!
Yeah. And then we'll put it in the Discord the next morning. Special message. Attention for everyone.
ASAP.
M says it's my favourite event of the year. Basically, plan your wholesome around time. Oh, bless you. That's very kind of you to say. That reminds me, a brief update about the streaming potential on Stream OS. It is possible if you use it on desktop mode, the plugin Decky Streamer isn't quite ready for game mode, but there's too much stuttering. OBS, like Kindred suggested last Tuesday, is the best way to go. But I would suggest hotKeying a start, stop, stream button, as you have to quit the game whilst live to end it. Oh, so that is so because we it's funny. I posted the clip of last week's show where I was just basically slagging off the Steam machine and said that, you could get more done on a 12-year-old laptop than buying that. I like that. Or just buy a PC and fuck the stream box off. There you go. Someone commented on my TikTok for it saying, you're not giving the correct facts. You can stream for it and you can do this and you can do that. And I was like, true. It doesn't work very well, as Dan can just say that. It works.
You can
very,
stream
very
off of a
badly.
PC as well. Like, what's the point?
Yeah. Has Dave frozen?
I
He has,
don't
hasn't he?
know.
Oh, he has. Look, he was just looking. I think we've offended him. We were talking about the Steam
How
machine.
dare you say that about the Steam box? I'm off.
He was just like, fucking gone.
Yeah.
Mind you, that happened to me last week. I got kicked off with a thing, so I was like, damn. So let's see what I said. Bless iQuell bigging us up as well for timers. Thank you, iQuell. I appreciate that. Kindred said, even themselves are backtracked to say no longer can do 4K at 60 frames per second, which is pretty bad. Danke said, I thought he was just fascinated by what you were talking about. I mean, there was that, but clearly
Yeah, there's that as well.
there is that as well. I am going to wait a few minutes because I don't want to start the show and then play the trailer and he goes, I've got no idea which game we're talking about. I've got my phone on standby as well, just in case. Maybe his jailer came back and saw he was streaming and not in the dungeon corner. Yeah, no biscuits for him or fancy sandwiches.
Oh, speaking of which, you were saying about like 1,500 bourbons. Nah, they only set Garibaldi's.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you got loads of bourbons, and it's
Thing is, I don't know 1,500 people called Gary or Bold.
neither do I really, which is quite surprising.
And the only one we were talking about earlier was Gary Barlow, and he's just tall and he's got a lot of hair. I don't think he'd come to Timeless and go, this is what I call a great day out.
His son might.
His son might, if he can get through the door.
Yeah.
Hey, here he is.
Stupid Wi-Fi.
Oh, I dropped out. There you go.
No,
I was going to say, it can't be the heat this week.
yeah. We were just saying that you got offended over the Steam box. Like, how dare you say this about the Steam box? I'm off now.
Just appalling.
Yeah.
And
I'm not going to stay here and listen to that.
I clearly have offended people on social media because I just called it a giant piece of shit. But I was like, I don't care. I used that clip where I was like, it's a fucking bag of shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can't please everyone. Like, people are going to say that the Steam box is shit when it is, in fact, shit. And then there are people who'll be like, oh, well, like what you said, like, you're not stating the facts. Like, it does the same thing as a PC does. Why are you complaining?
Yeah, it's just twice as expensive. And
Yeah,
that's the problem that's killing it, really. It's price. If it was a bit better price, people might be a bit nicer about it. But to me, it's not worth it. It's was it nearly $1,000, isn't it? Not far off of the base model.
Yeah. Not even
nearly $1,000.
Not for the performance you're going to get out of it either.
No.
Yeah. For $1,000 though, you could buy like better things, like 2 pairs of River Island jeans or something, or like a boneless meal from KFC. Like,
a couple of tickets to Timeless.
I
still have change left over. Clearly, Gary Barlow would say that today could be the greatest day of his life when he hits arcades for Timeless. I'm sure he would. There you go. Be positive about the Steam box. Does smiling why I say it's shit. Anyway, on that note, shall we start tonight's show?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Oh, go on then.
Go on then, we might as well.
Treat yourself.
Got nothing better to do.
We have got nothing better to do. That is like, we got a 272nd show tonight. We're going to be talking about new games such as Starfox and Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. But that's not the last time we see that. But we'll explain why they're going to milk that for more. Plus, we've also got lots of news about price rises, components, and frankly, people just getting miserable about the fact that, consoles are just taking the piss now with their prices. So lots of fun news. But on the upside, we're also going to talk about the UK retail charts as well and see where certain games have landed and see what's changed from last week to this week. Ryan, good evening. There you go. Oh, shit, yeah, there's a show. Yeah, even we forgot. There we go. So we're going to kick off with our first game, which may sound familiar, but it's not quite what you think it is. This came out actually at the start of last week. We wanted to try and fit it in last week's show, but the reviews hadn't quite come in. This has come out on Switch and PC. This came out on Monday the 22nd. This is Dark Scrolls.
Called Hot Scrolls Dark Line. Professional game wizards are pondering their orbs, ready to impart the forbidden knowledge you need. Become the envy of every sorcerer and petty hedgemate on the web. And stop calling me!
There you go. Do you remember when you used to have those chat numbers that used to ring for game tips and then your parents would shout at you because you've just spent like fucking 15 quid on finding out something that took 30 seconds? The good old days of the 90s. So yes, Dark Scrolls. See what they did there? Very clever. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yeah, so this is yet another roguelike. Yeah, we've got plenty of these that keep popping up. This is a little fast-paced side-scrolling one there. I think you get about 9 different characters that you can pick from. Yeah, and they're not all like your classic ones. I think one of them might even be like a little dog and look like there was a little sort of rat or something playing a musical instrument in there. So you got a bit of an eclectic mix of characters. But it's basically just a sort of fast-paced run through these procedure generated levels. Looks okay. Looks like it's going for a bit of a sort of 8-bit style, graphics-wise. And looks like all the projectiles that you can see on the screen at once got a bit of a sort of shoot 'em up vibe to it as well in places. Lots of projectiles to try and avoid. Looks okay. I think the dev for this one has done some decent games in the past. I keep meaning to play their last one, Gumbrella, because that always looked quite good. Yeah. Same studios. This is their latest one. Yeah, looks all right.
Sweet. Okay. All right. Jake, do you fancy a bit of Dark Scrolls?
Oh, any day, Magsy. Any day, mate. No, it does look fun. I do like the side scrolling aspect of it. I do like my dungeon crawlers as well. So I would happily give it a go.
Yeah. It looks pretty sweet. I like the look of this. I like the fact it's got a retro vibe to it. As Danka mentioned, this is a Devolver game. 9 times out of 10, Devolver games are pretty decent. They do get ones that can be a bit averagey, but yeah, we'll see how this fares. Kindred has said, thank you, Kindred. Normally £7.28. Normally £8.09, but down to £7.28 on Steam, and it's £9 on Switch, so a little bit more expensive. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, for those who have not seen the show before or haven't been here for a while and have got amnesia, we don't review the games, but we scour the internet to find tons of reviews from lots of different well-known sources, such as IGN, Eurogamer, Gamer Ranks, to name a few. And I take the scores and turn it into an average score. You may agree with it, you may not, but we are going for the critics' scores only. And you can have anything from between 0 and 10, and you can have 0.5s as well. If you guess it correctly, we will give you a shout out in the chat. So let's see what we've got so far in the chat. Danka's going for a 6.5. Flame says an 8. Retro Jazar says an 8. Hannah saying a 7.5. Kindred saying a 6.5. So we've got it seems to be ranging. And that may be too high. Now, I'm intrigued, Kindred. Why do you say that? Is this not your kind of game? Is that why you're saying that? I'm interested to know. But there you go. I'm going to start with Dave. What do you reckon this got?
I'm going to try a safe 7 for this one.
Going for some safe 7. Ah, seen some players' reviews. Interesting. But did the critics like it more than the player reviews? That's the question. Jake, what do you reckon?
I'm going to price this right, Dave, here. 7.5.
7.5. Nice. Okay. All right. Folks, if you haven't already had a go, drop it in now. It's Dark Scrolls, which came out on the 22nd of this month on Switch and PC. And if there are no more guesses at the score... Oh, Ryan's snuck in there. Nice one, Ryan. Ryan's saying a safe 7 as well. I can tell you that this scored 6.5.
Oh, dear.
So it's good, but it's not great. Like, it's not anything special. And the critics seem to be agreeing, with, as Kindred said, with some of the players' review scores. So, yeah. Lava Bean, good evening. How are you doing? One critic score gave it a 3. I did see that. There's one critic that hated it. Generally, it got okay vibes. I can't remember what the main reasons were why it wasn't that great.
Wasn't IGN, was it?
Huh?
Wasn't IGN, was it?
I don't know. I don't think IGN reviewed this one. But there you go. Congratulations, though, to Danker and Kindred. You got it right. Nah, IGN would have given it a 10. 3 should be reserved for shovelware. That's true, Lava Bean. But yeah, 6.5. If you like the look of it, give it a go. It might not be anything brilliant, but it's certainly is not a bad game. It's like an okay game. So there you go. Rock Muse, good evening. How you doing? Let's move on to our second game of the night. Now, this is a game we've already talking about on the show last year because it was on PC, Xbox, PlayStation. It's now got its Switch and Switch 2 release. So, how will it fare? This is our second game for tonight. This is Wanderstop. Good evening, Jesse. How you doing? So there you go. Some of you may remember this game. This was a game where you basically open a mythical coffee shop, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, that's right. This is a bit of a cozy game, but it's a bit about the character trying to sort of unwind and take things a bit easier because they're sort of suffering from a bit of burnout. Your character's a warrior who was searching for a trainer in this like magical forest. Collapses in there, she's worn herself out, and just awakens at this tea shop that she gets asked to run. So, you got to go out, farm some of the stuff that you need to make teas, and then various people will come in. You'll make, a tea to suit them. And then, there'll be a little narrative that's unfolding as you're doing all that. It looks like it'll be quite a nice sort of chill game, and it's dealing with some like interesting stuff as well. So, dealing with like burnout and how to sort of, look after yourself a bit better. So, got some interesting themes to it.
Yeah. I remember it did pretty well on the show when we talked about it last year. It is normally 20 quid, but you can currently get it for 17. And this is for Switch and Switch 2. So there you go. Jake, your thoughts on this one? A cozy game.
I think it looks gorgeous. Cozy games I very, very rarely play, but I can see why people love it and adore it and everything like that. Just like the vibrant colors of it, just even from the trailer alone, the music on that, it's gorgeous. That's pretty much all I can say about it, really.
Yeah. Okay. So start getting your scores in, folks. Danka says, I think the original release was an 8. I think it was an 8 out of 10 from memory. I did kind of have so it's got an 8 out of 10 when we talked about it on all the other platforms. So the baseline for this, Danka said, I'm going to go 7s because maybe it doesn't run as well on the Switch. We'll see. Kindred saying an 8. Rockmuse saying an 8. Hannah saying an 8. Jake, I'll start with you. What do you reckon this got?
I'll probably go with Danker and say a 7.
Okay, going for a 7. Some people that are going in between. Ryan with a 7.5 and Lava Bean with a 7.5. Flame saying a 7 as well. Dave, what say you?
Oh, I'm going to try an 8, see if it was as good as it was before.
Okay, all right, going for an 8. Folks, this is your last chance. This is Wanderstop, which came out last Tuesday on Switch and Switch 2. It's been available for over, well, almost a year now, I think, on all other platforms, but it finally gets its Switch release. If there are no other scores in the chat, I'll say that because there's always one that crops up just about the revealed scores. I can tell you that this got 6. Jesse just said an 8. It suffers apparently. I looked into this. Em's like, oh, that makes me so sad. So I was like, why has this got not as good? And apparently the Switch conversion has not come out so well, and it does weirdly not more so on the Switch 2 than the normal Switch, which makes the mind boggle. It lags a bit,
yeah.
And the gameplay's not great. Now, for a game that is of that caliber, you kind of think surely it shouldn't have that issue. So something's kind of gone wrong somewhere. So what I would say is, if you like the look of it and you want to, it's exactly what Hannah said, I might hold off then. So it's a bad port, yeah. Possibly it could get sorted, but at the moment you're better off playing it on other platforms, so PC, PlayStation, Xbox. So technically speaking, yeah. I mean, Switch indie games release are hit or miss. Agreed. Unfortunately, this one suffers a bit. Someone might need to get a talking to from their team. I agree. There you go. Oh, I'm watching a video now about it. Looks like porting coding went a bit wrong. So there you go. So I would say if you've got other platforms, get it on there because we know that's good and gets a good 8 out of 10. If you're waiting for a Switch, maybe hold off. That's a big drop from the original release. And yeah, 2 whole scores down. 2 whole scores down. So there you go. Double oof. No one got that one right. I think we've kind of tricked people. That wasn't deliberate to trick you, but there you go. But you would have liked to think that it would have got the same score that it does. And we have seen that happen with games that move from one platform to the other. But there you go. Let's move on to some gaming news. I'm sorry to be gaming bad news, I should say, the way things have been going on this show recently. We're going to kick off with some things. Microsoft announced significant price rises for Xbox again. Yeah. Starting from the 1st of August, prices in the US and other places to be announced are going up. So just for the American market, they're going up by $100 for the standard Xbox 512 gigabyte version. This is for the Xbox Series X. And if you want the 1 terabyte version, it's going to cost an extra $150. The 2 terabyte version is being discontinued. Go figure that one out. Which means that a Series S, which was the budget range console, bearing in mind, is going to cost you between $500 and $600. Right? So that's now the price of what the Xbox Series X was. And the Xbox Series X is going to cost you between $750 and $800. Right? When you compare it to the price rises from the PS5 that we got recently, a base PS5 is $600. The one with the disc drive is $650, but the PS5 Pro is $900. So to get a console that is coming up to 6 years old is nearly £100 or $100 less than a PS5 Pro that's only been out for a bit. Yeah. Let's have a look at this. So a couple of people saying a few things. Queeky says, and here comes Queeks, and everything sounds like you're holding a staff meeting discussing some tech issues in your latest development. True. Imagine showing a trailer that includes the lagging. Oh, no. Wonder if there's been bigger drops between systems. Who knows? Good to see you. All prices are 20% higher. That is a large jump in prices. I bet it's the RAM costs. Well, yes, it is the RAM costs because we obviously all have extra money nowadays. I'm glad I expanded my Series X and PS5 memory when I got them. Also, Nvidia is releasing the 3060 12 gigabyte model for $299 USD. And I have to guess all that is RAM prices. Xbox really does give and take away. We'll drop the price of Game Pass, but you won't be able to afford a console to use it on. So here's some other things. Microsoft to put a statement out, and this is what I find interesting, is they hoped that they weren't going to have to do another price rise, okay? But again, due to the RAM costs and the price increases, it has basically mean that they have had to put the prices up again. They are also worried that prices may go up again by autumn 2027. Okay, so this will be like the fourth time the prices have gone up. Okay, however, Microsoft have stated, because it does mean that now prices are now 2.5 times more than like most things out there. It's ridiculous. But what Microsoft are saying is they were trying to work with other companies to try and keep the prices down, but it has not happened. And therefore, the only options they can offer at the moment, if you don't want to spend that money, is you can get refurbed Xbox Series S and X's from the Microsoft site. They also are doing finance options with 0% interest if you need to buy them. And they are also negotiating with other stockists to make sure that second-hand Xboxes, Series X and S, are sold at lower prices. Whether that happens or not, we don't know, but they are trying to do that. So I'm going to start with Dave, your thoughts on this, because like fourth time now, this is getting insane.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's going to happen again. If what they're saying is true about the prices going up again, next year for like the RAM and storage costs, because that's where it's all increasing, just like really on those components, and it's all, all the AI data centers that these big tech companies want to build, because we all want AI, don't we? Clearly, that's where they reckon all their profit is going to come from. So that's all the investments going. And it's just driving the prices up for other companies to try and buy these, components. So sadly, the consoles, just increase in price, and that gets passed on to us, the consumer, aren't we lucky?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm kind of lucky that I have got all the consoles and stuff at the moment. Brought them when they launched. I just got to keep my fingers crossed. None of the fucking things break. I ain't going to be able to afford to replace them. Definitely not. They'll stay broken most likely. Not a good situation, but fingers crossed. Prices will even out at some point. Maybe like towards the end of 2027, 2028, maybe. I think you hear things like there's meant to be more things coming online that make that can make more memory available. So hopefully that will happen. Hopefully prices will go back down, but just sucks at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's pretty crap. We are going to talk about more instances while this is going to happen. So this is the first of 3 news stories where this whole thing's going to be affected. Firstly, hello to DJ. Good to have you here. Jenny, good evening. Welcome. Bear, also welcome on over in YouTube. Said, hey, is this an open panel? Feel free to put in the chat, and I'll if your point is relevant to what we're discussing, we'll chuck that in for you. But thank you for being here. Lava Being says, at least it's just affecting hobby entertainment products and not healthcare and medicine. It isn't affecting healthcare, right? Well, not in this country at the moment, but I don't know about other countries. You're welcome. No worries. We're just talking about the fact that the Xbox price rises are kicking in the States as from the 1st of August, and the fact that it's probably going to happen around other countries as well. So there you go. Jake, any thoughts on this? Because it is getting crazy to play a console. When you think that a PS5 and an Xbox Series X were both about 500 quid or less at the launch in October, November of 2020. Yeah. And now here we are, and they're getting closer to what that bloody fucking useless Steam fucking box is costing.
What, the thing that looks like a PC that runs like shite?
Yes.
I think the price hikes are a bit. They're getting a bit ridiculous now. I understand that. Yes, they've tried to sort of like deal with all sort of options. And their only sort of option now is to hike up the price. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I'm with Dave on this as well. Like I've got like my PS5, I've got my Switch, I've got an Xbox collecting dust somewhere, but that's I'm mainly a PS5 kind of gal.
That's
but like I'm hoping that they don't break, like, because I won't be able to replace them at any given point. It's just ridiculous, just the amount of money that it's hiking up by, and I don't get how people can just like I don't get how people can accept it, really.
Yeah. No, I know. And its thing is, if it keeps going up, it's going to be crazy. We're going to talk about like the effects of all this going up later in one of the other news stories, but it's pretty horrible that to think that, you know, most generations console prices go down, and this isn't happening as yet. Danke says, I bet Microsoft are at least happy that they haven't got a red ring situation in this gen. It would have been his. Yeah, can you imagine with that? And then you can't get the components. Henchman, thank you for the follow. It probably is affecting healthcare costs in this country, says Big Jesse. We just see it budget rather than direct payments. True. Someone already made a knockoff Steam box, cheaper and better. There you go. Lava Being, PC components are going to keep going up, though. Steam Machine might be value system soon. If they keep it at that price, possibly yes.
That does depend, doesn't it? Because I don't think Valve's got much buying power, so they won't have much stock. Have to just keep buying it as they need it.
I wouldn't be able to justify that price for a paperweight. Just couldn't do it.
Most expensive paperweight.
Yeah.
Henchman says, I have a great idea for a horror game. Go for it. Why not? Why not? So yeah, we will report back to you with more news a little bit later on about these price hikes and how it's affecting other things a little bit later on the show. Now, let's talk about another game port coming to Switch, but this time Switch 2 only. This game's a little bit older as well. This came out on Tuesday on Switch 2, and this is Devil May Cry 5, the Devil Hunter Edition. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
All right, time to kick some ass.
No hard feelings, guys, but this is my gig.
To see one's justice through, a man must fight for it. If you want it, then you'll have to take it. I'm putting a stop to this sibling rivalry. I have a duty to see this through.
What's happening now?
Oh God, I thought it was over. This isn't good.
It has begun. I will give you despair and death.
There you go. So there is a bit of a price slash on this, as you saw on the trailer, but also Devil May Cry 5, normally about 35 quid or 40 quid, depending where you get it from, because I think that's from their own Switch store. But you can get it for £26.24 currently. That's the cheapest you can get it there. Or I think if it's 40 quid, you can get it for 30 if you just do it on the Nintendo store, and that's up until July. Did that Devil May Cry flop? Always found it weird they didn't follow it up with a sequel. As far as I know, it didn't, Henchman. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. I'm not going to lie. But there did seem to be a bit of a gap, because you got to remember that it was quite a time gap between Devil May Cry 4 and that, because in 2013, they did that reboot, which didn't do well, but I also very much enjoyed. And actually, all the critics enjoyed it, but the fan base were in outrage of it. But this originally came out in 2019. Can you believe that? 2019, but it's finally on the Switch 2. So, Dave, tell us a little bit more about this.
Yeah, so this is just a port of the 2019 game. It's basically the same, game as before. Same story, same characters in there. But what this is kind of adding in, it's got like additional, I think, sort of devil breakers, some extra costumes, various characters, extra battle tracks, there's some DLC content in there as well. So I think that really affects the game. Just a few nice little extras on top, since this is like a new release for the Switch. But it looks like a pretty decent version. I had a look at a video of it playing earlier, and graphic-wise, looks pretty good. There's always some, differences, on the Switch 2 version compared to others, but it looks like they've done a pretty good job bringing it over, because it still looks pretty nice graphics-wise. And Capcom have done a pretty good job with like bringing their more recent stuff across the Switch 2 as well. It all still looks and runs pretty well on there. It's quite surprising, quite impressive as well. So I think for anybody who is only owned a Switch and hasn't had a chance to play this before, this looks like a good version to jump into and play. It's very nice.
I can thoroughly recommend this. I like this game a lot. So, like you, Dave, if no one's played it and you got a Switch 2 and you haven't got it on anything else, go for it. Jake, did you play this one? You played any of the Devil May Cry?
Yes. I pre-ordered it. I think I've got all the Devil May Cry games now, apart from the mobile one. And no, I do have the remake. But yeah, Devil May Cry 5, absolutely amazing. Like, just the voice act, like the voice actors on it, the motion cap, all the DLC that comes with it is just phenomenal.
Yeah,
I'm with you on it. I would 100% recommend this to everyone. If you've got a Switch 2, you never played Devil May Cry before, get Devil May Cry 5. It is just phenomenal.
Okay. I wonder if this version is Switch timed until other systems get it updated. Honestly, don't know. Or this is just the bundle they're doing for Switch 2 because it's been out on other platforms for a while now. I'm sure I played one of the early DMCs. I know I have. The music rocks. Yes, the music rocks. I'm sure Switch 2 owners would love older and last-gen games. Well, that's what they seem to be doing. They're piping out. I think like Liza P is coming to the Switch 2, which is obviously quite a few years old now. Great game, but it's coming to Switch 2. And that's what a lot of the last of the Nintendo Direct was a lot of back catalog.
So many ports.
Yeah, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're someone like us three on screen that have got a lot of the consoles, you're going to have those games already, so it's a bit irrelevant. But if you have mainly been on the Switch, you're going to get to play some fantastic games you never got to play before. So there is an upside to it, so I get why they do it. Let's see what scores. For those who've just joined in, if you're wondering what all the scores are in chat, we don't review the games, but we look at what the critics said. Try and guess the scores that the critics said. You can anything from 0 to 10, and you can have 0.5s as well. If you get it right, we'll give you a shout out in the chat. So starting with Kindred, 8.5. Danker, 8.5. Hannah, 8. Lava Bing, 8. JL, good evening, buddy. 8. Flame, 7. Dave is here. Says, just dropping in to cover all my bases. 1, boo Dave. 2, Jake is smell. 3, Mag doesn't scour the internet. He uses the first Google review link he finds. Firstly, don't use Google, because I use Bing, because I'm a Microsoft bitch.
Hey.
Someone's got to use it, haven't they? I suppose.
Someone's got to use it. It's keep on that fucking thing going.
Someone's got to have a hobby.
All the time. 5, go home, rock muse. That's a new catchphrase now. And 6, fucking love Devil May Cry, 8 out of 10. There you go. Jenny says a 9. Retro Jazar says an 8. Oh, can we also get a shout out for Dave, because it's his last night of Community Member of the Month. Thank fuck for that.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, dang. I'm going to lurk. Sweden's match starts. Good luck. Good luck, Queeky. Hope they do well. Chloe, good evening. How you doing? May drop in and out as I'm on a car en route home from the airport. Hope you had a wonderful time. Hope you had a good trip. So there you go. Joe says evening. Hello, fella. Good to see you. So let's start with Dave this time. There you go.
I'm going to try, I think, an 8 for this one.
An 8 out of 10. Okay. Jake?
I'm going to say an 8 as well.
Okay, go for an 8. I hope we get another upset like last night, but I think France will be safe. Good. I don't know. I'm not following the football at all.
I don't do sports ball either.
No.
I forgot it was even.
Yeah, well, funny thing, we were actually on last week while the England match was on, and everyone says, "Oh, Shouldn't be doing that. You're not going to get many people watching. Fucking loads of people watching this. So,
Yeah, plenty of people hate football.
yeah, so there you go. There you
Good
go.
on.
Hate's a strong word, but you know, yeah, we don't like it. There you go. Right, off again. Back soon, maybe. Great. 5.5, just for the sake of it. 8.5 says Ryan. Chloe says 7. Folks, last chance. This is Devil May Cry 5, the Dead Hunter Edition, which has come to Switch 2, and it came out last Tuesday. If there are no more scores in chat, hang on. DJ says, I love my footy, but was gigging when the England game was on Saturday. Still had a busy pub. See, that's all right. It's all right. I can tell you that this is interesting because if you think Wanderstop didn't do well because of the conversion, and then you've got a game that's probably way more graphical and way more intensive playing on the Switch 2, this got an 8.5.
Very nice.
So this did really well. So there you go. So Ryan, congratulations, you got it right. Good on you. We also had Danker and Kindred. So I think Danker and Kindred might be in the lead. I think they're 2 out of 3. I think now. People are really enjoying the port of this. Yeah, they've done a really good job, like a really good job with it. So there you go. Congratulations, Ryan. There you go. 2 out of 3. So these are the guys that are in the lead tonight so far. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. There you go. Let's move on to our next game. From absolute chaos and darkness and metal to something a little bit more cozy and a little bit cuter. This came out also last Tuesday on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch. And this is Dear Boy. There you go. That is Dear and Boy. Some people thought I was saying Dear Boy as in like writing a letter, or Dear Boy as in a boy that was a deer, but it's Dear and Boy. There you go. That came out last Tuesday on pretty much all the platforms, PC, PS5, Xbox Series XS, and Switch. Quickman, good evening. How are you? Had fun playing Evo, playing fighting games all over the weekend. Hope you had a good time. So yeah, this is one that got announced. I'm sure it was last year we saw this announced on one of the many showcases, and it stood out. And then we've not heard much about it. And then it's just, boom, it's out, it's there. So Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yes, it's one of your little sort of cinematic, side-scrolling narrative platform puzzle games. We've seen quite a few of these, and they all tend to sort of play and control in like the same sort of way, similar sort of puzzles in them. But you know, This one looks like it's got quite a cool little sort of storyline going. I like the look of the little deer that's in there that you make friends with. That helps you out through your journey.
Yeah.
And I think as you play through the game, it grows a little bit more and gets more abilities that it can use to help you through the game, solving the puzzles, trying to keep clear of the enemies that are in there. Because it looks like there's some sort of strange, like alien type creatures that come into it. Looking at what was in the trailer, but I think it looks pretty decent. And whilst a lot of these do end up playing the same, they're usually not particularly long. So they usually don't overstay their welcome. So it's usually it's quite good to throw on for a couple of weekend afternoons to play through and just enjoy the little story that's going on in there. Definitely looks good to me. That I would play. I do like these types of games.
Yeah, it looks really good, and this is right on my street because I like games like this. So, stuff like again, Planet Alana 2, on that sort of line. Someone mentioned Ori and the Blind Forest, which I think was. Quickman, Quickman's an Ori vibe. So things like that, I'm a sucker for. So I'd like to try this. I just didn't realize this was coming out. Yeah, because actually on the original game list I had, this wasn't listed to release, and it was only in the last week that I saw that it was coming out, which is bizarre. Jake, your thoughts on this?
Again, it looks gorgeous. Like from watching the trailer, again, the music that's come from it, and just the fact that it looks like it becomes a taser at some point as well, which, not gonna lie, I kind of like. But yeah, the side-scrolling like puzzle sort of aspect of it, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Little Nightmares and like those sort of games as well. Which, not gonna lie, I do enjoy those games as well. So I'd happily give this a go at some point.
Okay, all right. You go 4.5 hours tends to be the competition completion length. Sorry, I totally read that wrong. The completion length. Did we get prices for this? I don't think Kindred's posted.
I don't think so.
No, that's all right. We can. Oh, look at that! As I said, he does it. You top magician. Look at that. So on PC, it's normally 18 quid. It's down to 16.19. Xbox is normally £15.6. It's down from 16.74. PlayStation is normally 16 quid. It's 14.39. And Switch is normally 18 quid, but it's down to 16.19. So actually, cheapest on PlayStation right now, if you want to check it out. Let's see what people are saying with the scores. 8 out of 10 from Danka. Ryan saying a 7.5. Hannah is saying an 8. Jenny is saying an 8.5. Quickman saying an 8.5. JL saying an 8.5. Rockmuse saying an 8. Kindred saying an 8. Taking a big leap, says Lava Being, 9 out of 10 from Lava Being. Folks, chat, get your scores in now. And I'll start with you, Jake.
Oh, I'm going to give this a 7.
Okay.
Just to be on the safe side.
All right, going for a safe 7. Dave, what say you?
I'll try a 7.5.
Okay, going 7.5. All right. Retro Shazar saying an 8. Flame saying an 8. Any more for any more, folks? This is Dear and Boy, which came out last Tuesday on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Switch. I typed prices out twice and hit the wrong button. I had to type it out again on a notepad. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Thank you for doing that, Kindred. Greatly appreciate it. If there are no other scores in chat, I can reveal that this got... Brace yourself. 7.5.
Ooh.
Well done, Dave.
Thank you.
Right. Well done. So it's decent. Maybe not quite as dizzy heights as some of the other games similar in this genre, but certainly decent. Diva, hello. I think Diva's another person who's on holiday still. I hope you're having a great holiday. Thank you for tuning in. So I don't think anyone in chat said 7.5. I think they'll... Oh, Ryan did. Congratulations, Ryan. Ryan got it right. So Ryan is now 2 for 4. And I believe Kindred and Danka are also 2 for 4. So we've got 3 people with that now. Don't forget, Dave's got it right. You can do exclamation Dave in the chat because he got it right. And for those who don't know, Dave is not a streamer. Therefore, we have to do a shout out in a different way. How would you like that shout out, Dave?
Let's start with the knee cracker, shall we? Just in case I don't get any more right.
Going for the knee cracker.
Always looks forward to this one.
He's liking this more than he is to spinning on the chair. So here we go. Right. Slowly kind of limber up. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it didn't happen.
Oh dear, that's disappointing.
Oh, sorry, mate. It just happens. Things happen. But anyway, see if I can get back up. 3, 2, 1. Dave!
Well done.
Sorry if we've shortchanged you, chat. We normally like a good knee cracking. I oiled them this week, yes. There you go.
Some WD-40 on there.
I know. Have we talked Dead or Alive 6 yet? No. Simple answer. We're going to talk about it later. So don't worry. So save any opinions on that till later. There you go. That's because I limbered up. Maybe I shouldn't have limbered up. Maybe I should have limboed. My knees crack too much for being 26. Well, I'm 20 years older than that.
Oh, you don't look it. Oh, you don't look it.
Oh, you know how to flatter a man. Thank you.
Oh, it's the first time I've ever done that in a while, so I'm a bit rusty.
My knees are fooked and I'm 48, says Kindred.
Oh, yeah.
News knees cost 20% more due to RAM prices.
Oh, the perks.
Great. I love that. I absolutely love that. Diva says, I am having a great holiday. Thanksies. I'm back Friday. Well, enjoy your last couple of days. Have an amazing time. How are you all doing? We're doing pretty good. Thank you. It's not as hot as it was last week. It's actually all right. But I hope you're having an amazing time out on your holidays. Let's go talk about some more basically news that's going to depress everyone. So obviously last week we talked about GTA 6 and what it's going to cost and the fact that the pre-orders have now gone live. But some major retailers around the world have stated, because obviously it seems that Rockstar have teamed up with Sony to state that, and it put this on the posters, GTA 6 will work best on a PlayStation 5 Pro. So they both go plays best on a PlayStation. What is funny with that statement is in the poster, it had a PlayStation 5 with the disc drive. And they had to remove that because, as you know, it's only digital. So then the same advert was then put out again, but with the PlayStation 5 without the disc drive. So I thought that was quite funny. But what has this to do with consoles? Well, some major retailers have stated that due to the chip shortages and problems and the fact that consoles have not been selling as well as they normally do due to the prices going up, they expect that they won't be able to meet demand if consoles get more popular due to the release of GTA 6. And we're not talking like these PlayStation 6s or whatever. We're talking about what we've got now. PS5s, Xbox Series X and S's. This is what we're talking about. They've basically said that because the hardware availability is not there, and that a lot of people and suppliers are saying that the chip shortage is probably going to run till 2030, which is not a good sign. It will be the first time ever have prices have continued to go up on all consoles. So as I mentioned earlier, it's the first time ever in the history of anything where prices have constantly gone up, not gone down. And they reckon this will lead to people not being able this autumn and winter being able to buy PlayStations and Xboxes because of the demand for GTA 6. I mean, I get the feeling that GTA people also, you would probably have the problem that you might be able to get a console and then you might find out you might not be able to get a copy of GTA 6 because, as someone stated, the digital release has sold out. So why would you pre-order a digital code this early, as it's not like it's going to sell out? To be fair, I'd need like 35 discs, like it's Rise of the Robots on Amiga. Yeah, GTA sales are underperforming due to lack of consoles. So that's the other thing. If people haven't got those consoles and they're still on PS4 and Xbox One, why bother pre-ordering it if you know you haven't got the machine, which is a very good point. There you go. Consoles aren't selling. Why? High price. Raise the price more. Exactly. So yeah, it's an interesting one because obviously GTA 6 is the most hyped and talked about game of definitely this generation of consoles. Let's face it. And highly likely that Rockstar will deliver on this and it will get rave reviews and it will sell millions, if not billions.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But if people can't get their hands on the consoles to play it, is that going to have an effect on this? What do we think? And I'll get chat to get their opinions as well.
I mean, there's a good number of these consoles out there already. So there's probably a good number of the people who already own them that are going to pre-order this. Because you say it's massively hyped. So it's going to do well at launch, no question about that. But I suppose it could slow down a bit if there is more demand than supply for the actual consoles that can run it. Because, with all these bloody high prices and, it will slow down the console sales. So, companies will produce less. So it's just one of those awkward things, isn't it? Yeah. We're just kind of stuck with the way these prices are going. People can't always afford these things. So probably will slow it down. But, I suppose as we see in the long run, GTA 5 is still selling.
It is. We talked about this last week. It's still selling.
There's every chance GTA 6 will, just continue to sell for years and years after this.
Yeah.
So when prices perhaps come down, hopefully, fingers crossed, people then get it. And
I think this is the thing because we've seen it popping in and out of the charts for all the platforms that it's on. And you know what? We're coming up to 13, 14 years now of GTA 5, and it's still in the charts here and there.
Yeah.
Not saying like it's in the top 10, but people are loving it. They're bringing out we talked about this, they're bringing out a new heist. There was new content coming for GTA 5. The fact that they've done the whole thing we talked about last week, that you can get your versions from Xbox One and PS4 if you own the copies, free upgrades. So for people who've got those consoles and get free upgrades, so they haven't got to buy GTA 5 for the 7th time, that's cool. But, it could have a big knock-on effect. See, and this is the thing. We know we're not getting a PC version. A couple of people said, well, maybe they'll start working on the Switch 2 port. Maybe they'll start working on the PC version sooner than originally planned, because there's no given thing about what's going on with the PC. So Kindred saying GTA 5 role player will be done until PC won't be done, I guess. PC and multiplayer release. I read something that 5 release will only allow under 10 creators to get access to it, and then stagger allowing more people onto the role play. So they're going to stagger people into the new stuff. Free upgrades for re-releases are great. This is foreshadowing for a later topic. There you go. I think I'll just repeat my GTA 5 strategy of buying it like 3 years after launch. JL was mentioning also, said if pre-orders aren't going to contain the discs, then what will they include physically? Unless you'll have proud owner of an empty box. Well, we stated this. You don't even get a disc. There is no such thing.
Code in a box. A complete waste of plastic.
We had a whole discussion last week, quite a heated discussion, especially by me. The fact that it's not a proper physical release. They're calling it a physical release, but it's not a physical release. Oh, yeah. I'll just borrow someone's copy. Oh, wait, I can't. Exactly. Jake, your thoughts on this? Do we actually think that it's going to be a chicken and egg scenario? GTA 6, which is the most hyped game for this year, is going to cause people to try and run out and get more consoles, but then we're going to be a lack of consoles. But then it's going to circle around that, but due to the lack of consoles, it's not going to sell as well.
I mean, like, end of the day, like, there's going to be like that with any game, the way that I see it anyway.
Yeah.
But like you said, GTA 6 being the most hyped game of this year, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like, I don't even know. I'm just baffled by it. Like I'm just sorry. I'm generally just baffled by the fact that it's not even a physical release either. Like,
I know.
Why? Like what Dave said, it's wasting plastic at the end of the day. Like, you're going to be a proud owner of like a very flimsy plastic case and a bit of paper inside that had the discount code on it. But yeah, like, with GTA 6 being announced and everything, it's going to have loads of people going out, like what you said, to buy more consoles. But on the flip side of it, if people aren't going to get like the consoles and stuff like that, it's baffling the way that I see it.
I totally agree. Kindred says, and this is an interesting point of view, or is it the company saying this for hype and to sell more consoles when they actually do have enough to go round? Because as we talked about, the consoles are not selling as well. So that could be interesting, because if you're creating this thing of, oh shit, we're not going to have consoles, it's the whole thing of like, oh, there's a petrol crisis when there's not a petrol crisis. Don't buy petrol. Everyone goes buys fucking petrol. Oh shit, we're going to be short of toilet rolls. Everyone goes and buys fucking toilet rolls. They could be using that as a strategy, going, shit, we're not going to have consoles. If you need them, you've got to better buy them now, to try and make up for the shortfall of how shit they're selling this year. That might not be the case, but that is potentially a strategy that could work. I understand why they aren't doing a physical release. What irks me is pretending to do one and going, no, we're totally doing physical. Just own it, you cowards. You're going to sell 100 million units. Also, why would you buy it at a physical store if you can? Just buy the code online and download it at midnight. Yeah. So actually, physical stores, I think they're going to suffer as well. So stores are going to be selling this and buying them in. And if I was that, I'd be like, why the fuck would I go to a game store to buy a copy of this when I could just download it? Which is right. Whereas if there was a limited edition or a normal version of a game and I can get a physical, for instance, we're going to talk about this in a bit, I'd rather go to the store and buy that or order it, and get that. The mind boggles. Danker, and may never be a physical for the foreseeable future. True. Tompa, good evening. Good to see you. Some people justify the cost knowing that they can sell it in the future. Good point. Rumours are the real physical comes out mid-December, just in time for Xmas. I'll be honest, that would be too late for the December market. Anything that needs to come out for Christmas, ironically, needs to be out by mid-November at the latest. That's why we tend to get September, October, November. And that's why game releases stop mid-December. So we get the odd one or two, like, the Indiana Jones game 2 years ago came out the first week of December. It's why we stopped doing TNGC, because there's no games to talk about. We do the Christmas special, and then we have 2 weeks off. And then we do 2 weeks of, games that are going to come out this year, because there's a whole month where there's no game releases. So I think it'd be stupid of Rockstar to go, hey, we're going to launch this mid-December, because no one's going to fucking buy it then, because everyone would have already pre-bought it, ready for the Christmas presents. So
yeah, it would just piss a load of people off who've brought the download code, who would have really loved the physical.
Yeah,
and they'd be like, well, why couldn't you just tell us that? We would have just waited a couple of weeks.
You can imagine some sport brats get their nice Christmas present of GTA 5 in a box, open it with a code, and they go, fuck you, Grandma! I could have got the fucking physical one! Throw it back in their face, and Christmas is ruined. And everyone goes home. But you can see that happening.
Traumatized.
I know, bless her, and she'd never buy GTA 6 again.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason to buy physical is you want a GTA box one, the shelf for a full franchise collection.
That really is it, isn't it?
But it is that. But then again, it's still not the true form. Yakuza Remaster Collection from PS4 did a neat thing where they gave you a PS3 box for Yakuza 5 because they never came out physically originally because of the full collection. See, I like that. I like that. Sega and RGG did that. There are some places not selling physical copies as they refuse to stock empty boxes. I've heard that as well. Is there any official statement about why they are doing the whole code in a box thing?
There hasn't been, but some of the rumours are like, there's one rumor saying like they're probably doing it so there's no second-hand market for it.
Yeah.
And another good reason might be so that it can't slip out early. Because it happened to, was it the last Assassin's Creed, didn't it? Popped out like a month or more early.
Yeah.
Street Day got broken. And Rockstar probably don't want that. Although, why there's no way they can like block the disc from just running on a console, I don't know, because you can block a digital release from running.
Yeah.
And the physical disc installs to your machine, so I don't know why they can't just block the executable file.
So this is what I don't get. You're right. The disc only holds so much of the stuff. So if you have to download the rest of it, if you try to download it, it do what like you when you pre-order when it says it will download when it's ready, but you can't play it. So why
I don't
can't
get why
they
you
do
can't do that with the disc version. Because whilst it's got stuff on the disc, everything on the disc installs to your console anyway.
Yeah.
I think I use the disc to confirm that you've got it in the drive.
Yeah.
Eligible to run it, but I don't get why you can't block the whole thing until the release date. Who knows?
Yeah.
Must be some reason I'm just not aware of.
Rockme says, I actually imagine my mum having a fit of anxiety. She bought me a game and it was missing when she got it home. She'd be like, what's that piece of paper? Surely they can block online services. Well, this is what we're thinking. Online is probably easier to hack and release than physical. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to miss physical game. Fucking it better not die. Oh, I'll be ranting on this show for more years to come. There you go.
I mean, it is kind of heading that way because most of the sales are digital these days. PC went fully digital donkeys years ago.
Yeah.
So I miss it as well because I like physical. I've been buying a few games on the PlayStation and plugging it.
Don't know. It's none of this
shit.
Oh,
you older people with your physical copies.
Yeah, we're old and set in our ways.
None of these great games, physical. Fuck that. Fucking.
I remember a day when we had cartridges as big as your hand, and now we've got bits of paper.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. The cartridges are lovely though. Plug them in, turn it on.
Cartridges are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And you can blow on a piece of paper and it still don't work. The age of getting PC games on discs seems centuries ago. I agree. How many people remember floppy disks?
Yep. I can remember to swap 11 discs around for, I think, one of the Indiana Jones games and Beneath the Steel Sky.
Yeah.
I had to use one for a PowerPoint about the royal family in school.
I don't have a DVD drive or CD drive in a PC, so I'd be fucked. Blow the cartridge, then at least you know how to please a woman. Fucking hell, Kinji. Sod it. Break out the Amiga. Okay. Anyway, we shall move on. Let's move on to our next one. And it's funny we're going on about physical media because we're talking about this. Because this is what we're going to talk about. This is the brand new version of Starfox. This came out on Thursday on Switch 2. I played this on Thursday. I'll give you my thoughts about it a little bit later on. But for those who don't know, here is the trailer for the brand new Starfox on Switch 2.
Prep the R-Wings. We've got a job to do, Starfox. We're gonna take the system back from Andros, one planet at a time.
So you want us to cause some mayhem? That's my kind of plan.
It's the deadliest stretch of space in the system, Fox.
We'll be pushing the limits like never before. I've been developing a prototype submersible.
Never change, Slippy.
Bring that ship down before it's too late.
I'll target the lights on the left. You guys go right.
I can't believe they got past us. With all due respect, General, you can chew on your condolences.
Ah, the son of James McCloud.
Was that Dr. Andros?
Don't let them escape!
There you go. Starfox, currently 42 quid. I think that's the cheapest we saw it, I believe, when we were discussing this on Thursday. So, yeah, this is the brand new Starfox, but technically it's not new, but it also is. Dave will explain why.
Yes, it's a very nice looking remake. I think it's like the third or fourth version of the game that originally started on the N64. I think I had like a 3DS version, then it was kind of redone for the Wii, and then I think it's this version. So yeah, it's been redone a few times, which in a way is kind of disappointing because it would be quite nice to have like a proper brand new Starfox game. But I kind of guess they're just like they've done this so they can just test the waters to see how popular it is because it may be old, but it's still a good game, and they're giving it a very nice like glow with the graphics. It looks really nice. They've added some good looking cinematics to it, some good voice acting. All that looks really nice. But it's the same campaign that we had, way back on the N64. I think there's still like multiple routes through some of the levels depending on what you do. So it actually can change your route through the level. So whilst you could, I think blast through this in like an hour and a half or something like that. It's got the replayability to go back through, try and do different routes. The levels will open up, different planets and other places that you'll visit on the route to the finale. So it's got the replayability there, and I think they've added some extra challenge modes in.
Yeah,
so you can replay campaign levels with extra challenges to do, and there's a battle mode in there as well for 4v4 multiplayer, which I think is online and local. You can play there. So it's got a reasonable amount of stuff there. And it's not a bad price for the digital version, 42 quid. It'd just be nice to actually see them do something new with Starfox. Because it kind of remaking the same thing over and over. You think, well, can't you move on a bit? But I guess if this does well, hopefully, might see a new game in the series.
I think that's probably their plan. Is that if this kickstarts and does well, then they will do another one. Hopefully, I think that's probably the plan. I hope it is.
Yeah.
The only other different game we got was Starwing or Starfox 2, which came included on the mini SNES, which was more of the excellent Starwing / Starfox that we got on the original SNES. So, there you go. Loza, hello. How you doing? Good to see you. Arkham, your thoughts? Are you a big Starwing, Starfox fan?
See, the last one I played was Starfox on the 3DS, and I think it's the 4th iteration we've had of this, because it started off on the Super Nintendo, and then obviously Starfox 2 we didn't get, and then Lilac Wars, Starfox 64, then 3DS and this. But if I had to switch to it, I'd give it a go, because I do like Starfox. It is good. Like what Dave said, it's got the replayability on it and same campaigns and everything. But it graphically it looks phenomenal, and just just happily give it a go.
I saw people didn't like the characters' designs and preferred the Mario 2 movie Starfox design. Interesting. Smash Brothers has done wonders for keeping us wanting new Starfox stuff. I still want a new Kid Icarus. Oh, God, those were the days. I remember that. I like the options. I've got a stack of Super Comic Con and N64 cartridges in front of me that are over 30 years old, and I just plugged them in and played the game as it was when it was released. Nice. I'll miss that in the future. I agree. The character personalities are what I like about most Starfox, and the new ones nail that nicely. I'm going to say, though, I'm afraid I didn't like the look of the characters. I think me as a little kid would have been terrified by them. Because some people were loving this. So when we were streaming this on Thursday, some people were loving it. Some people I did enjoy it. I've still got a lot more to play and discover on it. I've done one whole run. What I thought was funny was, and I ate my own words, as people would have seen on the stream. When it started out, I was like, I'm playing this on like normal mode, and it felt really easy. And I was like, oh. And then suddenly halfway through the campaign, it just ramped up incredibly difficult. And I didn't actually finish the first run. So I actually had to set it to easy to complete the run. But there are lots of different routes. There are lots of things. Like we didn't even do the underwater mission. And yet, Falco's character, what an absolute arsehole in this. He's fucking horrendous. I like all the other characters, and I think it's very well voiced. I think it looks great. It's great fun. So you know what you're getting with this. It's great fun. I want to play more of it. I did try some of the challenges off stream. I like how they've done that, because you can go back and that will help you find other stuff as well. But I want to try all the different routes, and then I'll give it an overall decent opinion. There's still part of me that was a little bit like, am I being so nostalgic that I preferred the original Starwing more? There's little bits of that because I recently played Starwing again. So I was kind of like, I liked it so much. But because I haven't done all the routes, when I did the one thing, I said, it feels like there's certain elements that are missing from it. Mm-hmm. But they may come into play when you did the different routes. So I'm kind of like, I won't fully comment on it, but I am enjoying it. Falco can be a dick, but they cranked it up here. They did. He used to be a good guy with a big ego. Now he's like, how do they put up with this guy? Does it feature only content from one game or more than one? So it's closer to the stuff that was on the N64, because the map from Starwing, it features some of the same planets, but the levels are very different from the SNES version. So it's closer to the N64 stuff and the DS stuff, because you've got the tank level, you've got the underwater level, which was never in the SNES version. I also feel they give you the option to go from first person to that. And in the SNES version, you got levels that were dedicated to the cockpit thing. I haven't found that yet. And I like that they did that it bounced between the third person and first person. It doesn't seem to do that. And I don't know if in the harder versions, the ending bit is different, but I found the fact that when you're getting out of the big base, it felt like that was a bit undercooked, because you could have had that as like a bit like a TIE fighter thing, trying to get out of the Death Star, trying to avoid all stuff. And this was just a simply follow the other R-wing out. And I was like, oh, this is how it's going. So there's a few little things I've got little niggles with, but nothing that's spoilt the overall enjoyment of it. The funny bit was Mags going on, this is too easy, and got to one part and it was like, fucking hell, this is difficult. And it was. I lost all 8 lives. It just went mental. I like that Slippy isn't incompetent over now. That he's more tech savvy. He still gets into scrapes, but I think they developed the characters well, and the backstory is good. Let's see what people are saying, folks. If you have just joined us, drop your scores in for what you think Starfox on Switch 2 got. Let's have a look. Jenny, 9 out of 10. I know she loved the look of this. We were saying, she says this is a great one to get for the kids. 8.5, really good game. Just wish it continued a story instead of being another remake. iQuell, I'm playing this now. Bit stuck on Venom 2. Loving it though, 9 out of 10. Kindred, 8 out of 10. Hannah, 8.5. Rockmuse, 7. JL, 8. Ryan, 8. Tompa, 8. Flame, 8. Retro Shazar, 8. Chat, if you haven't put a score in. Jesse saying 8.5. Get your scores in the chat now. Dave, I'll come to you. What do you reckon this got?
I'm going for an 8.
Okay, going for an 8. Jake?
Well, as long as I can check my G diffuser and do a barrel roll, I'd say about an 8.5.
Okay, all right. Cool.
I'm just hoping they've kept that in the game. That's the one thing that I want. Yeah, check your G diffuser!
Yeah. There's even a bit where they do the whole good luck, but they sneak that in another bit, and I kind of like that, how they did that. So there are little nods that are cool. I also forgot to say, one thing I did like, if you got your characters killed, there was no consequence. Or their ship got crashed because they never die. The ship got swapped. There was no consequences. In this version, if you do it, all the cutscenes change. So Falco was even more pissed at me because I let him get shot to shit. And the cutscene is different, and there's multiple versions of the cutscenes. So that I like.
It's fine if Falco dies. He'll just turn around like a rotisserie chicken or something like that.
Yeah, of course he will.
It's all good.
Yeah. I like the fact that he says, hey, Einstein, I'm on your side. 8, just due to the ability to motion track your body motions on camera. That's the other thing. If you've got the camera, it'll put you in the cockpit with your head, which I think is quite funny. It says the amount of people using it for video podcasts is hilarious. So there you go. If there are no more scores, I can tell you that Starfox on Switch 2 got 8 out of 10.
Ooh.
So there you go. So Dave, congratulations.
Thank
Second
you.
one right this evening. We'll come back to you shortly. But let's have a look at all the people in chat said it. Retro Shazar, congratulations. Flame, Tompa, Danka, Ryan, JL, Kindred. All of you said 8. If I've missed anyone there, I apologize. Quickman says 1 off. So close. But yeah, and some of you were very close with a 0.5 off, like Jake and Jesse and a few others. So congratulations. We're going to get a shout out for all those in the chat. Dave, how would you like your second shout out?
You can do some spinning on your chair, mate.
Spinning on the chair. Hannah says, I've been 0.5 out off all evening. Damn. Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Dave!
Very nice.
Thank you.
And he stuck the landing. That's gold for Mags.
I'm now going to do a barrel roll.
Check your G diffuser first, man. Jeez.
There you go. Congratulations to everyone who got that right. Let's move on to our final news story of the night. And we are continuing the whole thing about this chip shortage and the prices going up and everything. But this time, we've talked about Xbox. We've talked about how GTA 6 may affect it. Now I'm going to talk about it from Sony's point of view, because the president of Sony was in a press conference and he was asked about the fact that the prices are going up on consoles in general. And PlayStation, as we know, put all their prices up back in April on all consoles. And there are concerns that the prices will go up yet again on PlayStation. There was, in this conversation, they stated, not just for the PS5, but also for the future PlayStation 6, whenever we may get that, would Sony ever consider selling the prices at a reasonable price point to what the market should be, right? Because at the moment, the consoles are not where the market should be. It's gone through the roof. His response was, Sony will never sell hardware at a significant loss. And that is why they have constantly put prices up on the PlayStation 5, because of the hardware shortage and the fact that it's costing them more money to put the chips and the parts in to do this. And therefore, if they are to release a PlayStation 6, price would reflect what it's costing them, and they would never, ever consider selling a console at a loss. When you look at it that way, it's just classed as bad business, because if you do that and you're losing money, why would you do it? Now, here's the interesting thing. Some stats came out during May of 2026. PlayStation was units were down sales-wise 58%. So a month after they put the prices up, this 58% drop in sales on PS5. They have not had this happen since May of 2000. So you are talking 26 years since they have had a slump like that. What's interesting as well is Xbox unit sales are the lowest ever in recorded history in May. So you think PlayStation's doing bad, but Xbox is doing even worse. So things are getting pretty bad. And this is the thing. They're not selling, as we've stated. And then they're saying there might be the shortage of consoles. Prices might go up again. All this is happening. I think it's, from my opinion, and I want to get Jake's and Dave's opinion and chat's opinion, I think it's right that companies don't sell things to make a loss, because if they make a loss, they ain't going to last, and then PlayStation ain't going to exist, or Xbox not going to exist. I know it's infuriating, but it's just bad business sense to sell things at a loss in this kind of scenario. But it does make me wonder what's going to happen when we do get to a PlayStation 6, because all these people are going on about, oh God, are we going to hit the peak of £1,000 console? That could happen. If they're saying we are going to have chip shortages until 2030, allegedly, that's not good. And it's going to get it more or less affordable for people to want to game and play consoles on the latest machines. Dave, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on this, and I'll bring up some stuff from the chat as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, if a PS6 does appear, it is like $1,000, £1,000, then you can imagine it will be a pretty poor launch for Sony for that. Yeah. And I kind of think, regardless of just saying it, I kind of think next generation is just probably going to see, a really, really long cross-gen period, because probably, a lot of people just won't move from the existing consoles they got. If you manage to get a Series X or a PS5 at a reasonable price, probably going to stick with that for like the long haul until we hit a point where prices start dropping, because it's $1,000, £1,000 for a console. It is just getting to the point where that does feel way too much for that sort of thing. We are used to them being like 500 or less, really, aren't we, for the most part? So coming out of that price, I can definitely see like the launch has been a bit weak. And what we kind of saw when the current gen stuff launched, there wasn't really much in the way of games that really came out specifically for them, was there? Xbox had nothing specifically for their consoles. They're just all the way. PlayStation had, was it Demon's Souls? I think was the only one at the time.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine they're going to have anything specifically out for PS6 only. because if they have a really expensive console with a specific game for it, it just wouldn't sell that much. Yeah, they'd be losing a ton of money on it. So I kind of think the next gen is mostly going to be probably just a bit averaging what it is. It's not like the good days where we went from like a NES to a SNES and it was an amazing jump. It's PS6 and the Xbox are just going to look like what a high-end PC is now. I reckon. So it's not going to be that exciting a launch, unfortunately. And I think most are going to stick with what they've got for quite a long time, because these prices sadly show no sign of coming back to normal.
Yeah. Arkham, your thoughts?
Pretty much on with David. Sorry, I'm proper like. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. But no, I'm agreeing with Dave on this. Like, if it goes up to like £1,000, like I wouldn't be able to justify paying £1,000 for like a PS6. I'd be keeping on my PS5, PC, Switch, everything, whatever console's got for until the prices drop. Like, if it is eventually going to end up being like £1,000 for PS6s or like Xbox 720 or whatever's going to come out for it, the launch for it is, like what Dave says, is going to be quite poor, and there's not going to be that many people that are going to be buying the consoles. Yeah, like, if they're going to be that price.
Yeah. No, I totally get it, because it's going to be a point where no one can play it. I mean, we had that fucking idiot going, "Oh, gaming is going to be a premium experience for premium people," that blah blah blah. I was like, "You elitist twat."
I told you that in confidence, Max.
Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to out you, but
can't believe you've done this.
but they might have said that as a joke to. Again, I think that was probably a Randy Pitchford, good old Randy, when he was talking about Borderlands 4. But I actually think there's more sense in that than in just spouting out crap, because it seems to be going that way. And if that's the case, that's very, very sad. Because gaming is enjoyed by all. And there you go, gatekeeping gaming from people who can't afford to it. And some people, it's a hobby. Some people, it's a bit of fun. Sometimes it's a family thing, family experience. It's going to stop a lot of people. Some people use it as a mechanism to cope with everyday life, because like their lives are so fucked up. It's like, just going to go play this because it's going to help me calm down and blah, blah, blah. Great. Whatever helps. But if it's going to stop doing that, it's going to fuck up a lot of people, because I can't do their favorite thing.
I'm like that. Like when it comes to like gaming and stuff like that, it helps quite a lot with mental health, because I do struggle quite a lot with that. And like, even if I'm like, I don't know, I'm playing Rocket League with people, or if I'm playing like Black Ops 7 or whatnot, it helps escape from like real life world and like all problems and stuff like that. And if it's like what Kindred said, if it's it's gatekeeping essentially for people that can't afford it. So if I can't afford £1,000, like what am I going to do? Like I'd be as well just sit there and twiddle my thumbs essentially.
Yeah. And did you know what the funny thing will be is they might go, "Oh, we'll do a trade-in scheme." So take your Xbox Series X that we're charging like £750 for it. You give it in, we've got a £1,000 console, but we're only going to give you £250 for it. You can see that happening, can't you? And then they fucking refurbish it and sell it for even more.
Yeah.
So, there we go. There you go. Now the Xbox and PS will be like how the Neo Geo was, except it's tangibly advanced and there's no SNES Mega Drive for a third of the price. Gaming is a social experience too. The concept of people gaming together for some people who can't socialize outside for whatever reason, I'd happily get lost in Pokapia. There you go. Matt, good evening as well. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. But there you go. Sorry the news was all depressing pile of shit, but that's the way we are, and that's the way the gaming world is. Prices are going up. Consoles are more expensive, not going down. First time ever in the history of gaming that prices are always going up and not going down. That's the world we're living in. We're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There you go. Jenny says, gaming is my version of meditation. That's cool. There you go. Yay! We're fucked. There we go. Let's move on to our final game this evening. This has been out a while, but this is a brand new collection which has lots of other additions to it. This came out on Thursday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And this is Dead or Alive 6 the last round. And I doubt that will be the case because I'm sure as much as they're milking the shit out of this, they'll milk more out of it. Let's have a look at the trailer.
In the name of Mugen Tensions. Don't make me laugh.
I feel a storm coming.
Yay, I beat you!
There you go, folks. This is Dead or Alive 6, which has already been out for a while, but now we're getting a bundle with everything, allegedly, but at what cost? Dave, tell us more about this.
Yeah, it's just a slightly upgraded version of Dead or Alive 6. I think you've got like the 24 base characters in, plus I think about 4 other ones that were previous DLC. And I think it's got quite a number of costumes and stuff in there as well. But I don't think they've included like all the costumes, because this game was quite famous for having like a stupid number of like costume packs that you could buy if you really wanted to for the various characters, mostly for the female fighters, because whilst Dead or Alive, it is a good fighting game there to learn the skills of. I think it kind of got overshadowed a little bit by like all the scantily clad costumes you could get for the female fighters and the jiggle physics that they proudly touted years ago. Seems to be more what this particular game is known for these days. But I was looking at some stuff about this particular version earlier. It doesn't look like it's gone down particularly well with like users, because there's no like upgrade path if you did own Dead or Alive 6. So you've got to buy this one again. But then there's not really a huge amount that's changed to the game itself. They haven't gone and put stuff like crossplay in there to play with people on other platforms. But it apparently doesn't include the rollback netcode, which is the preferred type of way to play online. So online can apparently be a little bit iffy. And I think there's some content that was in the old version that isn't included in this. So you'd have to buy some little bits again. Like I think there's some like additional fighters. I think they probably came from like other franchises that you got to pay for again. I think they cost a little bit more for this version. So a few things like that are rubbing up the community the wrong way, which is a bit of a shame. Because I think underneath all that, it is still a decent fighter if you want to spend the time, learning the characters, learning all the movesets. It can be quite deep learning and all that.
Yeah.
But as Ian also mentioned at the end, there is like a free version if you do want to just try it, which includes 4 of the fighters. You can just download that and have a blast, and if you like it, buy the full one. But it gives you a bit of a taster.
Quickman says 2 of the DLC characters aren't included, which is always good for a final edition release of a fighting game. That's crazy, isn't it? Jake, your thoughts on this, dear sir?
It looks good. I'm not the biggest fan of Dead or Alive. I'm more of a Tekken or Mortal Kombat kind of gal. But like, I can see what it does for people. Like, I mean, from the trailer alone, I recognize like 2 characters from and they were from Ninja Gaiden, and like graphic wise, looks good. Obviously, like what Jave, what the hell? I'm so sorry, not Jave, Dave.
Yeah,
I don't know what's up with me tonight. But like the jiggle physics on it as well, like the vast amount of costumes that you can buy. Like, I mean, the way that I see it, why bring out this version if you've already got like Dead or Alive 6 already, and they brought out this, surely it'd be better to have it as, if this version that they're bringing out, surely it'd be better to have as a sort of a free upgrade, like what they do with like most games these days, with like graphic enhance and everything like that. But like include all the DLCs that come with it prior and everything, so you're not having to spend X amount of money on buying the game again and then buying the packs again and whatnot that you've already purchased before.
Yeah, it seems to have alienated a lot of people because everyone's got to go buy it again if they want this.
Yeah,
which is mental. This is currently 33 quid on all platforms. So there you go. It's not even a price drop or anything. It's 33 quid. Let's see what people are saying in chat. Get your scores in. Danker, 7. Kindred, I'll go 7, but won't be surprised if this is lower. JL, 7. Hannah, 7. Lava Bing, I feel like most fighting games tend to lie in the 6.5, 7.5 range. I might say 6.5, so I haven't heard much about this being good. I've never seen the word scam on so many player reviews on Steam. Damn. Okay. Ryan, 6. I'll start with you, Jake. What do you think this is? Chat, get your scores in.
I'm going to give it a 5.
Oh, okay. 5 out of 10. Jenny says a 6.5. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to try 6.5 as well.
6.5 as well. Okay. Flame saying a 7. Any more for any more? Folks, this is Dead or Alive 6, which is 33 quid. This is Dead or Alive 6, the last round edition, which came out on Thursday on PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Retro Shazar saying a 6. If there are no more guesses in chat, I can tell you that this got 6.5 out of 10. So the highest scores this got was a 7 out of 10. But then some of the scores from the critics were lower. So this dropped it down. They did say this basically fell short of what it should have because of the way it's been dealt with. As Dave pointed out, no rollback netcode, no cross. I fucking have a fighting game and not have it cross-platform. Fuck's sake, what are you doing? That's a massive downfall. Lots of stuff that has not gone well. I would probably say stay clear of this for now. Also, they've released a fighting game without rollback netcode in 2026. So the fighting game community has called it Dead on Arrival. I like that. Yeah, probably.
Wait for the 7th game. They're working on that.
Yeah, well, we know. Yeah, that we got that. Virtual Fighter 5 Revo had so much better re-release. I think it did actually. So there you go, Dave. Congratulations. You said a 6.5. Therefore, we will give you your third shout out a little bit later on. Jenny, congratulations. You got it right. And is that it in the chat? Was it just Jenny? Some people did say 6. Oh, Lava Bing. Congratulations. You said it as well. So you get a shout out as well. Says 2 of you. 2 of you there. Congratulations on you for getting it right. Let us know what your total scores were in the chat. Dave, you got your third one right. How would you like to shout out?
Do you walk on from the side?
Okay. Me or Bob Ross?
I think we did Bob Ross last time, didn't we? So we'll just go with you this week, shall we?
Okay. Sorry to disappoint, folks. Are you ready?
Yep. Go for it.
Dave!
How you doing?
All right. I think my knee cracked as I did that, so at least that makes up for earlier.
Oh, good. At least we got it in the end.
Yeah, we got it.
Better late than never.
We're consistent, at least. There we go. So before we do the end of the show, I've just realised. Is that right? Has that worked? I've just realised that something doesn't look right. No, shit, that's not right. So I'm going to have to do this by... Sorry, folks, I'm going to have to do this. I won't be able to put it on screen. Something's gone wrong with the chart thing. So it's not working. Never mind. So we normally look at different charts. You'll just have to picture that it's scrolling across the screen. But we are looking at the retail charts. Do you know what? I can be clever here. I can display it in a different way. Do you know what? Let's use a website. Just so people aren't... No, that's completely the wrong website. Here we go. Got it. just so people aren't disappointed, because I do like to see it, and I'll try and do my best to make this as exciting as possible. I don't know what's happened to the thing; it's completely gone a bit wonky. So, while I set this up, I'll just get this on here. That might work. You might be able to see that. I don't know. Just to picture this. Obviously we did the PlayStation charts last week. This week we're doing the UK retail charts again. Couple of things. Last week in the retail charts were two games that we talked about on last week's show. UFC 6 went in at number 5 in the charts for UK retail. And The Adventures of Elliot, which Dave's played the prologue for, went in at number 6. So let's see where they are in this week's chart. Also, for the first time ever, Mario Kart World was out of the top 10. And Resident Evil 9 Requiem dropped out of the top 10 for the first time since it got released back in February. So, with the magic of I need a backup plan, let's make this work. I'm going to do this. Let's see what we've got in the top 10 UK charts. I hope you can see this. This is about as best as I can do. At number 10, going up 29 places, we have Resident Evil 3. At number 9, dropping 2 places, we have Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. At number 8 is a non-mover with Pokemon Pokopia. At number 7, going back up 4, Resident Evil Requiem. So it's back in the top 10. At number 6, going up 3 places, we have Football Manager 26. At number 5, last week's number 1, 007 First Light drops 4 places. At number 4, dropping 1 place, is Tomodachi Life. At number 3, going up 1 place, is Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. A non-mover at number 2 is EA Sports FC 26. And we have a brand new number 1 with Starfox on the Switch 2 is this week's number 1 game as of the charts yesterday. Interestingly enough, the only other new game to chart this week was the Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition, which went to number 12. Obviously, last week's new games, Adventures of Elliot and UFC 6, have dropped out of the charts already. But here's the interesting thing with our new number 1. Starfox has sold 70% more copies than Star Fox Zero and has practically... Oh, sorry. No, I've got that wrong. Sorry. Star Fox has sold 70% more copies than Star Fox 3D and has sold double the amount of Star Fox Zero. So there you go. So this new Star Fox hasn't outsold the original SNES one, but in its first week has done very, very well. So there you go. Those are the charts for this week. Let's have your thoughts, Dave and Jake, and anyone in the chat. I'll bring up things. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, most of it's fairly expected, I think, especially with the football on. So you got the manager and EA Sports in there. So yeah, no surprise there. Kind of surprised to see Resident Evil 3 back in there, though. I mean, it's a good game. Not as good as it could have been, in my opinion. No. I would have thought you'd see Resident Evil 2 or 4 really over number 3, but well, I guess there must be some sales on people.
There's got to be a sale because it's shot up by 29 places.
Yeah.
So
it's still a good game. I enjoyed it, but I just kind of wish there was more to it. Felt they left too much out from that one.
I'm with that. Like I could go on a massive rant about Resident Evil 3 remake right now. Like I know, like I was very disappointed in Resident Evil 3 remake just solely because they missed out so much from the original that they could have implemented in the remake. Like, and in no way am I sort of like besmirching like the people that worked on the remake, like Jeff Shine, Nicole Tompkins. They did like stellar work. But I feel with the Resident Evil 3 remake, they could have at least they could have taken a page from the 2 remake that they done an amazing job with, and you like added loads of things from the original PS1 Resi 3 into the remake. But like I am genuinely shocked that it has gone on to number 10 because it's like I thought that wouldn't have sold just as good as Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. It's interesting because obviously when Requiem came out, they were doing deals on all of them. We saw 2, 3, 4 remake all jump back into the charts that week. And it was interesting to see that Resident Evil Requiem left the top 10 last week for the first time since about, and it's come back in, which is good because I think it deserves to be doing well. But yeah, it is a surprise that's gone into, as Dave says, there's got to be a sale. Also, Football Manager 26 is at number 6. That came back into the charts. Again, World Cup related. You know, what's funny is 007 knocked Lego Batman off the top of the charts. Lego Batman's now holding in there at number 9. 007 was there for 4 weeks. Then it got knocked off by the opening of the World Cup. So EA Sports went in. Then it went back to number 1 last week, but now it's number 5. So 007's like drops. And the fact that Mario Kart World has dropped out the top 10 for the first time since its release in May is fascinating. That's done very well. As someone mentioned, Mario Kart 8 was in the charts for a long time. We've seen Mario Kart 8 keep popping up in the charts every so often as well. Even now in 2026. I'm very happy that Starfox went to number 1. And still going strong. Pokemon Procopia and Tomodachi Life seem to be doing very, very well. So again, very, it's half and half. Half of that is Switch games in that chart. And then the rest is games you can pretty much get on everything else. So there you go. We will have more charts for you next week. And even if the thing doesn't work, the ticker doesn't work because it just keeps coming up saying error, we'll find a way like we did. You probably couldn't have read that on that small screen, but there you go. I quickly typed in UK retail charts and got that, so I just chucked it on the screen as quickly as possible. And there you go, folks. That is our show for this week. Thank you so much to our wonderful guest, Jake, aka ArkhamFan.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
You are very, very welcome. If you are not following ArkhamFan, you can do so because the links are going to appear again one more time. I know we've been dropping the links in the chat throughout. Please do go and follow. He should be on sometime in the next hour on Mr. Oddjob's channel. Hopefully,
yeah.
Doing some house flipper. So please do go. When are you next on after that?
I should be on tomorrow. I'm not sure what time yet. I need to sort out a schedule and stuff, but I should be playing some like Game Boy Advance games, PS1, just to get all the retro achievements for them.
Sweet. That sounds really cool. What games on Game Boy Advance?
So today I was doing Metroid Fusion, which is one of my favorite Metroid games. But I mean, I think it just all depends really. I mainly just go for like, again, Metroid Zero Mission or Metroid Fusion, but like I'm trying to sort of branch out into different. So I might do like Sonic Advance. I might do like a Beyblade game.
Yeah.
Like not entirely sure. It's just literally just whatever like catches my eye at the moment.
That's cool. So fingers crossed. He does. If you want to find out when Jake is on, you can join our Discord because Jake posts in when he's going live in our Discord, so you can go and watch him. Make sure you go and do when he's next on, and hopefully we will see you a little bit later on with some house flipper with Mr. Trots. So we'll see. There we go. As always, thank you to the wonderful Dave, the co-host who knows the most.
Always a pleasure, mate.
Always a pleasure. Next week, our guest will be Jeff from the podcast 8-Bit Back Issues. He was a guest on last year. He is back. He will also be exhibiting, not as 8-Bit Back Issues, but he's one of our wonderful exhibitors at Timeless. So we're talking a bit about that. He is our guest next week on TNGC. Tomorrow night, you lot asked for it. We're going to do it. We're going to have a community night just all around Jackbox. That is going to be at 8:30 tomorrow. You get to pick the Jackbox games, all from the random 12 games that there are, soon to be 13 when the new one comes out in October. Thursday, haven't quite set what we're doing, but I have got a preview of a fantastic horror game from Team 17 called Silver Pines. Plus, we will probably be playing one other game because we're doing some indies because we've got no big titles coming out really until the back end of next week. But as I said, we will be covering the new Doom DLC for My Sins, the new Assassin's Creed remake. We have also got this new Splatoon game and Denshin Attack and, dare I say it, Halo campaign involved. You never know. I may enjoy it. We'll see.
You may.
That's it. That's it from us. Thank you so much. We'll go do a raid if John is on, which I'll be surprised if he is right now, but as my stream deck loads, I don't think he is on yet.
Yeah, I've just seen his Discord. He can't stream. He's too much pain and discomfort. Bless him.
Oh, bless him. Okay, so he's not going to be on tonight. House Flipper has been postponed, ladies and gentlemen. You can have a night off. Jake.
I'm going to have to check my G diffusers and do barrel rolls now and
I know.
news of the world. What am I going to do?
Bless you. Gilfight's giving you a follow, though, so it will be all right.
Ah, you darling.
Nice one. Thank you, Gil, for doing that. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see who else is on. Yum. Let's go. Tell you what. Let's go. Oh. We've not raided him in bloody ages. What's he playing? Oh, he's not there. Oh, no, he is there. He is there. Matt Blair, who is a guitarist and musician. We've not raided him in ages. He's doing a bit of music, but he's also playing some 007 First Light. So I think we should go raid him because I've not seen him in donkey's years. So let's go do that. Matt is a lovely, lovely guy. So let's make that raid happen. That raid should start once we've run all the end credits. Thank you to everyone who's been watching. Thank you to all of you chat. Thank you to the mods. Thanks to everyone on YouTube and Switch. And we shall see you again with another TNGC next week. And I will see you at 8:30 tomorrow for some Jackie Box. On that note, thank you so much. Take care. Good night.
Not all.
Bye.